The night before Super Bowl 54, find out which stars will take home the game's most prestigious awards. It's NFL Honors Saturday, February 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Will Selva's out in the newsroom. These boys are arguing and deciding at what point Derrick Henry gets a
diamond necklace.
A diamond necklace.
Well, diamond.
Will, did you catch this?
Pendant.
Nate started talking about crowns and scepters that we've sent Derrick Henry, and Nate landed on if the Titans win the Super Bowl, he will arrange and pay for a diamond necklace of a crown to send to Derrick Henry. That's what he said.
Well, Kyle, you're holding your hand like this is not going to be that big.
Come on.
He's going to send Flavor Flav. He was going to get Derrick Henry.
No, you're going to go cubic zirconia? Come on. That's great.
I mean, that's talk about smiles and cries. We'll talk about smiles and cries.
Okay. My man.
Yeah, there you go. A little. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. My dog.
Okay,
all right. Now,
Okay, Will. Okay.
Both championship games on Sunday will feature rematches in the NFC. As we know, the 49ers blew out the Packers in Week 12, and in the AFC, the Titans edged out the Chiefs in Week 10. Now, the loss for KC proved to be a wake-up call for KC. The Chiefs haven't lost since then. Their 7-game winning streak is the longest active streak in the NFL, including the playoffs. Head coach Andy Reid says that loss was a turning point in their season.
Listen, you learn from all of them, win or lose, but maybe we didn't play the best, obviously. We didn't play the best that we could play. And they played very well, and they got after us. I mean, they kicked our tail that day. And so, there's a point in every season where you go, hey, listen, we can pick it up. It could be early, it could be later, but that was a point where we probably all took it up a notch and needed to.
Yes, they did. Meanwhile, the Niners defense will have a tough task of stopping Packers wide receiver Davante Adams, who went for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns in the divisional round win over the Seahawks. San Francisco would be well served to put Richard Sherman on Adams, but Sherm says don't expect him to be shadowing Adams at all times.
It doesn't make a difference to me, you know what I mean? Like I said, we've had the #1 pass defense in this league, and we haven't done it. So, until you start telling me that a great left tackle is following pass rushers wherever they go. Oh, my God, Everson Griffin's lined up over the guard. Tell Joe to go in there and block him. Oh, my God, he's lined up over the right. Tell Joe to go to the right. You know what I mean? Until that starts happening, miss me with it.
Well, in their Week 12 matchup, Sherman lined up across from Adams, 16 of his 35 routes, allowing just 1 catch for 7 yards on 2 targets. Either way, one of the many juicy matchups that we would be seeing on Sunday. Keeping in mind, there likely would be a lot of pressure on Emmanuel Mosley, who's on the other side as a corner for the 49ers as well.
I kind of heard what you're saying, but I'm thinking of the pressure that you're talking about on my shoulders to pick the Packers over the Niners.
Picks.
All 3 of the guys went for your hometown team, Will.
Yeah, those 49ers now. Come on, Kay, let's do this. Come on.
I haven't made my picks yet. I'm going to make them along with the audience. It's going to be a you help me and let's break this down situation. When it comes time for me to make my picks for games, I've been wrong a lot, and I have trouble locking in my answer. I go back and forth. So I feel like in the championship round, the decision gets harder. And so I'm going to do what I always do when I can't make a choice, guys. I break out a tail of the tape.
Okay. Let's do it.
Out on top.
Let's go.
I'll show you what I mean. And let's start with the Titans and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. I've broken these teams down into 5 categories. Whoever wins more categories, I will pick as my winner. It's as simple as that, okay?
Yeah. All right.
Here are my categories. Let's start with the quarterbacks. Which team has the better guy under center? An easy one in favor of Patrick Mahomes. 7 touchdown drives. You've seen him do it. Yes, he only had 26 touchdowns in the regular season. That's half of what he had last year. Yeah. But he's healthy. He looks good. He's got it going on. Moving on to the playmakers. These are, the offensive guys who can make the plays, and the advantage to me goes there. With the Chiefs, I'm going to say Travis Kelce. We've got Hill, of course, fast as ever. I'm going to give it to Mecole Hardman. You guys know I have fallen for this kid and his playmaking ability, what he can do in the return game, what he can do in breaking the game open. I'm going to go ahead and give them the love there. So let's move on to defense. Both teams, great defensive units. I think one edges out the other to get a win, and it's Tennessee. Yeah. Guys like Kevin Byard, Jarrell Casey making huge plays. Harold Landry, big sack last week as well. Logan Ryan, I've got to give this one to Tennessee. And I
X Factor.
Move on with the X Factor, sure. Why don't we just keep this thing going? What player, coach, or other variable can change the shape of this matchup? Only one man who could break the game on its shoulders alone, and that man is Derek Henry.
Okay.
He's, don't you guys think
2-2.
He's the X factor in this one. Yeah, so I guess we are squared up. It comes down to the viral sensation.
Okay.
A fun one. Which team blew up the internet more this season? It probably will on Sunday. I thought about this one a lot, but it's not really even close. Derek Henry lately, but it's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
This guy, hopefully we've got some of his mind-blowing highlights that we have seen.
Oh, yeah.
Week in, week out, especially lately, Shriggs, right?
He's caught an absolute heater the last few weeks, and last week was his coup de grace.
I'm going to say the Chiefs
win.
And go to the Super Bowl for the first time in 50 years. You'll have Norma Hunt out there lifting the Lamar Hunt trophy, and it will be a beautiful sight to see. It seems like their year in their 60th year as a franchise. Okay, let's flip on over
Who are the Chiefs playing?
NFC
Who are they playing?
Side of things.
That's the question.
This one gets hard now. It's the Packers and the Niners. And if we take a look at their quarterbacks, which squad has the better guy? You know, as much as I love Jimmy G,
Yeah.
I can't go against Rodgers here. Jimmy G looks great. He did throw that interception, and they sort of put the gloves on him, and baby gloves, bubble wrapped him, and said, let's run the ball 47 times. Aaron Rodgers had some sick Hall of Fame-worthy throws, even just last week. He scares me more. Playmakers, well, you know, what offensive guys can put on a show. Both squads have plenty of firepower, but I'm going to go with the Packers.
Yeah.
You mentioned it earlier. Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, and their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. It is them, and if they are clicking, they are more well-balanced than anybody, and they've been there before, and Aaron Rodgers has done that. Defense? Sure, the Packers defense has improved a whole lot this year. There's no way that I couldn't go with San Francisco. Bosa, D Ford, DeForest Buckner, so many more. I feel like the Niners very obviously tilts in their favor because they just have the leg up. X factor. Who's the variable that can change the shape of this matchup? The biggest difference in these two teams for me is their head coach. I think it's Shanahan.
Okay.
I think that's a fair X factor in this game. There's a lot of them, right? But I feel like Shanahan, one of the best play callers in the league, they had so many injuries, Shriggs. Yeah. Injury after injury in the preseason, even last year. For them to do what they did every week, facing adversity, making it okay, something that as on board as you were, Kyle, you were worried. You know, reality is going to sit in and they're banged up. They're not going to do it. George Kittle isn't even 100%, and I still think they're going to find a way to scheme up and get points on the board up against the Packers. So it's 2-2 again. Last category, viral sensation. This is the deciding factor in my book of this game. Who did the internet fall in love with this season? Nobody else stole our hearts and our tweets more than the people's tight end.
Of course.
George Kittle with videos like this one.
Can you smell what the Niners are cooking?
He's not even 100%. I don't know how he's going to look. I don't care. I'm going to say the Niners will face the Chiefs in the Super Bowl in Miami.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So,
Niners, Chiefs.
So it'll be Packers, Titans. We'll see you in Miami. Like, let's be honest here. Those are my picks. What do you think? Rip me apart, whatever. At GMFB with those. More on the way. We've got to talk brightest stars, guys. Who's going to be that one dude that's going to crush it on Sunday? And how will Mahomes follow up on his epic comeback performance from the divisional round? Kyle, who is that one guy that can make a huge impact? Give me a
It might not be who you think. We talked about this game all week. I'm going to have a deep, deep surprise.
Dane Cruikshank there. What do you
not
got?
Conklin like I thought it would be?
Oh, Crookshank, of course.
Before signing? Yeah, 3 days before signing. Yeah, man, I get the phone call from my agent saying that you're going to be playing with Preston Smith. I said, what? I said, I just talked to him 2 days ago. So to have this opportunity, man, it's big, man, and we're enjoying every moment of it.
These are the two. I'm so happy they were up at the podium together. It's very fitting because what they have done, they've revitalized this entire defense. This defense is pass rush. It's been the Achilles heel for the Green Bay Packers since the last time they hoisted the Lombardi Trophy. So it's going to take both of them to get their hands on Garoppolo and corral that run game of the 49ers. Brightest stars, the Smiths.
Smith brothers, let's go.
You know, there was a void when Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara used to do the tandem press conferences, and Ingram left.
Maybe
these guys are
think
the
they
heir
might.
apparent.
They
I
might
really
be.
like it. I'm going to look at the Titans, and right now I just want to show you a play. And they show you a play out of nowhere. Roll the play for me, too, as it pertains to the Tennessee Titans. What do we have? It comes from all the way back in Week 15. This is Ryan Suckup. Why are we showing this play? All right. Guys, this is the last time the Tennessee Titans attempted a field goal. They even attempted one. This was 4 games ago. It was blocked. The last time the Tennessee Titans have made a field goal was week 13. That was 6 games ago. Why do I bring this up? Not only is it a ridiculous streak that I've never heard of in the NFL, I think that this title game is going to come down to the leg of the Tennessee Titans kicker. We see it on title game weekends all the time. Legatron last year, Adam Vinatieri in the snow, and this whole thing, we talk about it for a week, Derrick Henry this, and Pat Mahomes that. Greg Joseph is the Titans kicker who could decide this whole thing. We don't even have video. Let me tell you about this guy. He has not attempted a field goal yet for the Titans. He is 9 for 9 on extra points. Drafted into the XFL, the 5th round. He is South African. He played under Lane Kiffin at FAU. So it'd kind of be nice if a Lane Kiffin product actually won a game for Tennessee. There'd be a little poetic justice in that. Like I said, 9 and 9 on extra points. He has kicked before for the Browns. But when it's 6 seconds left, and Nance and Romo are saying, here comes Greg Joseph to send the Titans to the Super Bowl with a 54-yard kick in Arrowhead. There ain't nothing Derrick Henry could do. There's nothing Ryan Tannehill or Mike Vrabel could do. It is going to be the South African guy attempting his first field goal as the Tennessee Titan, and the Titans' first attempt in over a month. Guys, Greg Joseph, you better be here because you could be a legend. Get it through the middle, buddy. It's
amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Wild story. What if that happens?
Greg Joseph.
Greg the leg.
They haven't made a field goal since week 13?
Haven't made one since week 13. It's now week 20.
We have
the Seattle Dragon.
Fresh edition of Total Access coming your way at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. Lindsay Rhodes, James Jones. What is shaking?
Thank you. Good morning, football. I'm Lindsay Rhodes. He is James Jones. Played in 2 championship games in his career and won them both.
No, I didn't.
He went 1-1. Okay, which provides you the requisite empathy to comprehensively cover such a momentous day on the NFL calendar.
What she said.
Yes, tonight on NFL Total Access, we're not talking about what could happen. It's time to talk about what will happen. Packers find a way?
Absolutely. Aaron Rodgers on the run, outside the pocket, slow down the pass rush, Pack find a way to win in a very close game in San Fran.
Unbiased analysis, no agenda at all. If the Packers are going to get a win, we'll tell you what Aaron Rodgers' stat line has to be. We've also got winning stat lines for Ryan Tannehill and Patrick Mahomes, and yes, James Jimmy G. Tonight, 7 Eastern on NFL Total Access. Maybe.
Why is James shaking his head at Jimmy G? What's the deal? We know the Titans can count on Derrick Henry's legs. Can they count on Tannehill's arm? And forget about our picks for a second. What would your dream Super Bowl matchup be? You guys are going downstairs again?
Oh, yeah. They love us down there.
That's not a dream. That's a nightmare.
It's cold.